Hi, Libra. My name is Darlene Dotson, and this is your destiny of truth for February of 2021. Libra, on the 1st, we have got the Sun in Aquarius in the 5th house, squaring Mars in Taurus in your 8th house. You are your own worst enemy when it comes to other people's money and your creative endeavors, or if you have children, or if you have, uh, let's see, a dating life. Okay? The actions that you're taking with other people's money, um, you have always been your worst enemy. And it has to do with finances. So, because it's in Taurus. Now, again, on the 1st, we have got Venus moving into Aquarius in your 5th house. And you're going to be thinking, you're going to be showing your children or pouring more love into your creative life or pouring love into your dating life. But, it's moving into Aquarius, and you definitely are going to be moving in that direction. Now, on the 5th or the 6th, we have Venus conjunct Saturn in Aquarius in your 5th house. And Saturn restricts what it touches, and it's restricting love or money in your creative endeavors or your dating life or with your children. There's a restriction that's happening there. Do they always restrict you? So, and I'm here to tell you, I have Venus in Scorpio, and my son's natal Saturn sits on top of my Venus. And believe me, I love my son. He means everything to me. But I've also had to overcome issues with him because of this. Now, on the 6th, we have Venus in Aquarius in your 5th house, squaring Uranus in Taurus in your 8th house. And there's an issue that you want to change financially, in an intimate relationship. It could be real estate, but it has something to do with other people's money, other people's philosophy. Not philosophy, that would be a 9th house. How can I put this? Uranus and Taurus in the 8th house. The 8th house covers transformation. And that's pretty much what this means, because Uranus is the transformer. He changes things, and he wants you to change your foundation, of your most intimate relationships. And it's with those that you love, because it's Venus, and you're going to have to learn how to be more loving instead of withdrawn, with your children, your dating life, your creative endeavors. You're going to have to put yourself out there and be more intrusive instead of withdrawing. But on the 8th, we have got the Sun conjunct Mercury Retrograde in Aquarius in your 5th house. And it's a combust issue. So there's something that can make you mad in your creative life, your dating life, or with your children. It's a retrograde. So this is your second hit. Something happened in the future, in the past, that made you angry, and you're thinking about that now. Okay? Don't talk about it. because your words aren't going to come out right. So just think about it. Now, also on the 10th, we have Mercury retrograde again in the 5th house, dating life, children, creative life. And that is squaring Mars in Taurus in your 8th house. You're, want to take action with that financial issue that's going to make you feel more grounded in your most intimate relationships. But there's some challenges that you're going to have to overcome in that creative endeavor, in with your children or in your dating life. And it is a retrograde. So it is the second time that this has happened. All I can tell you is Mercury is retrograde. It's the second hit. Don't make a decision. Yes, it's going to have to do with an issue of the past that showed its head at the end of December or either the, first part of January. Well, I would say the last part of January, really, because the shadow period is about 2 weeks. So just know from mid-January to the end of January, an issue showed up with your child. And you're going to be thinking about it and the actions that you want to take to move forward, to make you more secure. Now, Taurus rules our second house of ethics, morals, and that's, finances, how stable. Well, that would be more of a fourth house issue, but it rules what you value, and you want to take actions with those things that you value, but it is Mercury retrograde. So please only think about it because you want to deal with the issues of the past and not move forward. Then on the 11th, we've got Venus in Aquarius in the 5th house, and that's conjunct Jupiter in Aquarius in the 5th house. And Jupiter is going to expand issues in a positive way if it's been going positive with your children, your dating life, or in your creative endeavors. But if it hasn't been, you're going to have to overcome some challenges there because Jupiter is going to expand what it touches. So depending how things have been going in your dating life or with your children or, with your creative project, that's the direction you're going to see that expansion. And it could be a good money day in one of those areas. And could be a good love day too, because, the 5th house, that's, first contact. So let's see how it goes. Then on the 12th or the 13th, depending on the coast you're on, we've got Venus retrograde conjunct. Mercury retrograde conjunct Venus in Aquarius in your 5th house. Now, again, Mercury is retrograde. This is the second time it's made contact with Venus. So you're going to have to, it's going back over, issues of the past that have to do with your dating life, your children, or your creative projects. You've got to deal with these issues in order to move it in a positive direction. But don't take action unless it has to do with something that happened in the past with the same project. But not new people, not, you don't want to take off in a forward motion. Now, on the 13th, we have Mars and Taurus in the 8th house. And that is, hold on, Mars. Yeah, I'm right. It's a sextile. Mars in Taurus in the 8th house, sextiling Neptune in Pisces in the 6th house. Now, here we have the sextile again, okay? The sextile, and I've said this before, you don't have to use this energy. You can let it go by. But if you do the work, okay, you can overcome this issue. And you're taking action with other people's money, with transformation, with your intuition, with astrology. There's something that, you're taking action with an 8th house. And it could also be your most intimate, relationship. But it's in a sextile to Neptune. Transformation, okay. And it's sextiling Neptune in Pisces in the 6th house. And Neptune has no boundaries, okay? And it's in its ruler of Pisces. And that rules our 12th house. So, and that's at the deepest level, that there's got to be changes with boundaries in your work life or your health, okay? You've got to put some boundaries there, and you need to take that action to transform it in order to put yourself on a more positive foot in, these areas of your life, because the 8th house wants you to be stable. It wants you to be financially secure. But if you're not healthy and don't have boundaries in your work life, then it's going to be a passive aggressive thing. So you want to change that. You want to have boundaries with those people. Yes, you want to have compassion in a health matter. You want to have compassion and understanding at work with what you're doing, okay? But the actions that you're taking should make you more secure in your life, not lead you away from it. Now, our next thing we have going on aspect is Mercury Retrograde in Aquarius. And it's conjunct Jupiter also in Aquarius. And they're both in your 5th house. And again, Mercury's retrograde. Think about things. Don't make your final decision, okay? Because it's going to change, especially with it being in your 5th house, with your children, with your creative projects, or your dating life. It's expanding issues from the past, and you can't make any final decisions about something unless you're going back to a past issue. Now, on the 17th, we have got Saturn in Aquarius in the 5th house, square Uranus in Taurus in the 8th house. Now, Saturn restricts again what it touches, and these are both power players. And Uranus says, I want change. I want transformation in my intimate life, okay? But, with other people's money. And I mean, it's in the house of the phoenix rising from the ashes, the 8th house. And you want change there. You have been held down long enough and you want to come out and you want change. But Saturn's saying, whoa, wait a minute. You need to really look at this. I'm not going to let you change your dating life. I'm not going to let you change yet with that creative project or with, your children. It's restricting you from the changes that you want to make to get you stable with your finances. So then on the 18th, we have got the sun moving into Pisces in the sixth house. And wherever the sun goes, that's where a light's going to shine. And you're shining yours in your health and in your work life. Now, you're going to be using compassion and understanding there, and just to let you know, Pisces also rules the 12th house. There's no boundaries, okay? Very intuitive, and, you're shining your light in this area with your work and in your health. You'll just know the steps you need to take, but you're not going to do anything until Mercury moves forward, because then everything's just going to change on you once it does, because then your mind's going to be a lot clearer with your dating life and your creative project and, your children. Then on the 19th, we have Venus in the 5th house in Aquarius, and that's squaring Mars in Taurus in your 8th house. Now, again, you're ready to take action with transforming, yourself, other people. You want to put yourself on a more secure footing with your finances. And you don't want to rely on others. You want to change, putting your effort and action into changing a creative project, your dating life, or with your children. These are the areas that you are going to be changing to put yourself with that firm foundation with your most intimate relationships. Now, on the 20th, we have Mercury going direct in Aquarius. You're going to get more clarity. You're going to be able to think a lot clearer about the direction that you want to go in your creative projects, in your dating life, and if you have children, with your children. You'll be able to move forward in these areas. Now, on the 24th, we have Mars in Taurus in the 8th house, trine Pluto in Capricorn in your 4th house. And a trine is great, just something that's going to happen naturally. The actions that you're taking in your most intimate relationships that make you feel more stable are going to transform your home life. It's going to make you feel so much better. And we're always transforming. Nothing ever stays the same. Now, on the 25th, we have got Venus in Pisces in your 6th house. And again, Pisces rules that 12th house. They have no boundaries. And it's in your 6th house. You're putting yourself out there in your work life to be more compassionate and understanding of other needs. Also, it could be in the health, your health. You're putting yourself out there to understand others' health or your own health or a small pet. But you're being very loving here and very compassionate. You're going to shine in this area Everybody's going to love you at work. Everybody's going to love you. The changes you're making with your health, they're going to see this, and it's just going to be awesome for you. So, Libra, that is your astrological forecast for February of 2021. Now, I am using the Work Your Light cards. And I'm going to pull one here in a minute. Okay. All right, Libra. You got the no card too. Okay? During this Mercury retrograde, wait, postpone, pause, say no. Okay? It's time for you to wait out, the changes that are happening. You need to postpone it until after Mercury moves forward. You've got to figure out what you want. You've got to, it's about what you want in the end, okay? It's not what your children want. It's not what your creative, endeavors want you to do, the people that you partner with here, or it's not who you're dating, what they want. It's about what you want, and you don't have clarity on it. So do not let another tell you what you need to do. You've got to wait until Mercury moves forward to move forward in this endeavor. So just say no, wait it out, postpone, and work on, you. Work on what you need to do for you. All right, Libra, that's your month for February. And I hope you have a blessed month. And I will see you next month in March. So have a great one. And I'll see you when everything starts to move forward. Bye.